All right, let's just get right to it. You're here because you know, deep down, you're capable of more. You've got these huge goals, right? Big ambitions. But there's always this gap between the person you want to be and the person you are today. So this explainer, it's all about closing that gap by mastering the one skill that changes everything: discipline.
And here's the honest truth, the part that stings a little. Your potential is absolutely off the charts, but it's being chained down by perfectly average habits. You know that feeling, that internal battle where you know you could be doing so much more? That's what we're going to tackle head on.
So yeah, that's the big question, isn't it? How do you actually bridge that canyon between who you are right now and who you know you could become? How do you stop just settling and finally start achieving?
Look, the stakes couldn't be higher, because without a real strategy, those days where you just didn't feel like it, they start to stack up. One day becomes a week becomes a month, and before you know it, years have slipped by, and all you're left with is regret.
But we're not going to let that happen. The solution is actually a super clear, actionable framework. Today, we're going to break down 3 powerful protocols that will literally rewire your brain and make discipline your new normal.
So let's get into the first protocol. This one isn't about thinking or planning or waiting for the perfect moment. Nope. This is about pure, immediate, decisive action. It's time to attack like a lion.
I mean, just think about the difference. A lion sees its prey, and it goes. There's no negotiation, no overthinking, no, maybe I'll do it after a nap. It just attacks. But us, we do the exact opposite. We get stuck in our heads, we debate with ourselves, we make excuses, and we let the opportunity just fade away.
And you know what's crazy? There's a scientific reason for this. Neuroscience actually shows that when you hesitate, when you overthink a task for more than a few seconds, you literally activate the pain center in your brain. Your own mind starts to see the task as a threat, which makes it feel physically painful to even start.
So the way you bypass that pain center is with something called action bias. It's such a powerful psychological tool. It basically says that the moment you take one tiny physical step, your entire brain chemistry shifts. And suddenly, taking the next step becomes way easier. The hardest part is always just getting started.
So how do you actually do this? With the 5-second rule. It's so simple. The second you think, I should probably do that thing, you have 5 seconds before your brain starts making excuses. So you just count down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and on 1, you physically move. You stand up, you open the laptop, you put on your running shoes. You don't think, you just move.
Okay, so you've learned how to attack. But the battle isn't just about what you do externally. The real war, the most important one, is the one happening inside your own head. And that brings us to Protocol 2, control your mind.
And you got to be really honest with yourself on this one. Is your mind on your team, or is it working against you? Most people fail not because they're weak, but because their own mind is their biggest enemy, and they don't even realize it. See, here's the thing about your brain. It's not wired to make you successful. It's wired to keep you alive and comfortable. Its default setting is to find the easiest, laziest path forward. It wants to keep you safe in your comfort zone, not push you to be great.
This is the absolute game-changing mindset shift. You have to stop asking your mind for permission. Asking, hey, what do we feel like doing today? That is a recipe for disaster. Instead, you give your mind commands. You act like a general talking to a soldier. You say, this is the mission. These are the orders. Now execute.
Now, to make those commands stick, you need a visual system. Your brain is totally dominated by what it can see. So get a whiteboard, use sticky notes, a habit tracker, whatever. When you can physically see your plan and check off your progress, it sends this powerful signal to your brain that this is what's important. Plus, who doesn't love the feeling of ticking that box, right?
And here is the golden rule for taking control. Win the morning. As Tim Ferriss says, if you win the morning, you win the day. Start your day by doing the hardest thing first. You know, that one task you've been dreading? Do that first. When you start your day with a victory, you build this unstoppable momentum that carries you through everything else.
Okay, on to our final protocol. And this is the one that separates the amateurs from the masters. This is about taking discipline from a temporary thing you do to a permanent part of who you are. This is Protocol 3, master the discipline.
See, most people treat discipline like a short-term challenge, right? Like a 30-day diet or 75 hard. This just trains your brain to see discipline as a punishment you have to endure before you can go back to being lazy.
The master's approach is totally different. It's about making discipline part of your identity. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't need motivation for it. You just do it. It's just who you are.
We have to completely reframe what discipline even means. It is not a prison. It's the opposite. It is the ultimate freedom. It's freedom from the guilt of a wasted day, freedom from the regret of missed chances, and freedom from that horrible nagging feeling that you could have done more.
And here's the secret. Masters of discipline don't rely on willpower. They know it's a battery that runs out. Instead, they engineer their environment to make discipline the easiest choice. They remove all the friction. They put their phone in another room. They have one specific place where they do their work, at the same time, every day.
And they keep it simple. They don't have a to-do list with 20 things on it. They follow the rule of 3. Every single day, they focus on just 3 main tasks. The 3 things that will move the needle the most. That's it. This focus is what cuts down stress and makes it way easier to actually get things done.
And when you do this day in and day out, when you attack your tasks, control your mind, and nail your 3 priorities, something amazing starts to happen. Your subconscious mind, it stops fighting you. It slowly starts to accept a new truth, a new identity. Oh, this person is disciplined. And that's the moment it stops being a struggle and just becomes automatic.
So in the end, you see, discipline was never the cage that was holding you back. It was always the key that sets you free. The only question left is, what are you going to unlock?